students. Today our topic is narrative writing. Yes, previously I have told you what is meaning, purpose, and how to write how to write an effective narrative. Today we will try to write some narrative. Okay, so narrate now. Question number one for today is narrate a memorable excursion in 150 to 200 words. Okay, dear students. हाँ, मैंने पहले आपको फॉर्मेट बताया, पहले हेडिंग, फिर हो गया उसके बाद कंटेंट. ओके, तो नैरेटिव के बारे में मैंने आपको 8 टिप्स बताए थे. हाँ, तो अगर पर्सनल नैरेटिव होगा, वो मैंने बोला तो फर्स्ट पर्सन में होना चाहिए. हाँ, वर्ड लिमिट जो है उसको कोशिश करनी चाहिए, उसको फॉलो करना चाहिए. टाइटल जो होना चाहिए वो आई केटिंग होनी चाहिए, इंटरेस्टिंग होनी चाहिए. उससे पहले कि आप ये लिखें तो आप रफ बना के थोड़े पॉइंट्स आप लिख सकें ताकि आप अच्छा नैरेटिव जॉट डाउन कर सकें. ठीक, ये भी बोला था कि डिटेल्स को मिनिमाइज नहीं, क्योंकि जो पढ़ने वाला है उसको आपके प्रीवियस डिटेल्स को मालूम नहीं है. आप तो कुछ दिलचस्प फ्रेजेस भी, आई केटिंग फ्रेजेस भी इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. अन्य से इंफॉर्मेशन की कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि इससे जो पढ़ने वाला होगा या लिसनर होगा वो डिवेट हो जाएगा असली मौजूद से. हाँ, तो आपको ये भी मालूम है जो रियल लाइफ सिचुएशंस हैं वो नैरेटिव में शामिल होते हैं, लेकिन हम कुछ फिक्शनल इंफॉर्मेशन भी ऐड कर सकते हैं to add it as flavor. Okay, dear students. Let us start today's assignment. Narrate a memorable excursion in 150 200 words. तो नेचुरली उसकी जो टाइटल आएगा सीधा बनेगा a memorable excursion. Yes, a memorable excursion. A memorable excursion. हाँ, ये बनेगा इसका टाइटल. तो आपको प्रिज्यूम करना अपनी जगह हाँ कि मुझे एक दिन एक्सकर्शन जाना था. हाँ, तो कैसा एक्सकर्शन, क्या क्या चीज़ें हैं, क्या मुश्किलात क्या आ गए, कैसे एंजॉय किया, तो वही लिखना. हाँ, हम इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे. तो ऐसे स्टार्ट करेंगे. वन डे yes, one day I decided to take my new motorboat for its first trip around the Dull Lake, where it was kept after I got in the boat. I launched it out to the middle of the lake. Okay, what I didn't, what I didn't check, what I didn't check was the weather, weather, and the amount. Oh, what I didn't check was the weather and the amount, amount of gas left, left in the boat. Okay, dear students. हाँ, तो क्या हुआ? As या when I reached, when I reached the middle of the lake, middle of the lake, it became, it became so foggy, it became so foggy that I could not, I could not even see where I where I come. Let me repeat. One day I decided to take my new motorboat for its first spin around the Dal Lake. While it was kept after I got in the boat, I launched it out to the middle of the lake. Unluckily, what happened? What I didn't check was the weather and the amount of gas left in the boat. When I reached the middle of the lake, it became so foggy that I could not even see where I was going. Okay. Where, where I was, where I was going. Okay. I did not know what to do. I did not know what to do. Okay. Then, then the motor boat shut down. Okay. I I began I began to I began to think I began to think I began to think I began to think that I would have to row. I would have to row back. I would have to row back to the shore. I would have to row back to the shore. I tilted up the motor. I tilted up the motor. I tilted up the motor and began to roll towards and began to row towards began to row towards where I thought what I thought the shore would be. Huh. I didn't know what to do. Then the motorboat shut down. I began to think that I would have to row back to the shore. I tilted up the motor and began to row towards where I thought the shore would be. Yes, after some time, after some time, after some time, I put down, I put down the, put down the motor. I put down the motor and to, tried to start it again, start it again, but, but settle, but settle, it did not start. Okay, it did not start. uh, it was about 5 minutes. It was about 5 minutes. It was about 5 minutes before I started before I started to make progress to make progress rowing. Okay. Uh, by then, by by then I could faintly faintly see the shore. See the shore. I knew it must yes I knew it must must be at 10 minute 10 minute row from where I was uh, after okay about 15 minutes later I was at the dock on the shore on the shore on the shore on the shore. Okay. After some time, I put down the motor and tried to start it again, but still it didn't start. It was about 5 minutes before I started to make progress rowing. By then I could faintly or hardly see the shore. I knew it must be a 10-minute row from where I was. About 15 minutes later, I was at the dock on the shore. On the shore. I, it, it felt great. It felt great to be to be to be back home. To be back home and know and know that I I was safe. I was safe. I would I would never I would never forget. I would never forget this this boat trip. Boat trip. Okay. Huh. Dear student, dear student, this is just a sample. This is just a sample. You can write uh, your own experience, your own narrative. Okay, this is just a sample. About 15 minutes later, I was at the dock on the shore. I felt it felt great to be back home and know that I was safe. I would never forget this boat trip. Okay, dear student, let us try another one. Okay. Oh, next question. Develop or narrate. Develop or narrate a story. A story in about 150 to 200 words. 200 words on on helping. Helping is helping is a noble feeling. Helping is a noble feeling. Develop or narrate a story in about 150 to 200 words on helping is a noble feeling. Uh, तो टाइटल मान लो ये दिया हुआ है तो हम शुरू करेंगे. Helping helping is a noble feeling. Helping is a noble feeling. تو یہ بن گئی آپ کی ہیڈ لائن. اس کے بعد آپ پرزیوم کریں گے کوئی واقعہ پرزیوم کریں گے. اوکے ڈیئر اسٹوڈنٹ. ہاں بس میں اس طرح سپوز کروں گا میرے کو مانسون سیزن بہت پسند ہے. جو رین ڈراپس پاڈلز اور کلاؤڈی سکے وہ مجھے ایک بہانہ دیتے ہیں اسکول سے یا ٹیوشن سے یا اپنے جو رشتے دار ہیں ان سے دور رہنے کا. لیکن اس شام کو میری جو پلاننگ تھی یا کیلکولیشن تھی وہ غلط ثابت ہو گئی جب میں نے کتیا کو دیکھا. کتیا کا نام آپ کچھ رکھ سکتے ہیں فار ایگزامپل لوسی. تو یہ لوسی گیلی ہو گئی تھی بارش میں اور مجھے وہ تمنا کی آنکھوں سے دیکھ رہی تھی. اس کے جو بچے پپیز وہ بھی بیچارے تھے ہیلپ لیس. وہ اس کے قریب بیٹھے تھے. ہاں وہ یہ پہلی بار بارش دیکھ کے گھبرا گئے تھے. ہاں میں وہاں سے بھاگ نہیں سکا کیونکہ میں نے سوچا اس ہیلپ لیس اینیمل کو کچھ ہیلپ کرو. یہ لوسی جو تھی یہ آوارہ ڈاگ تھی, کتیا تھی. ہاں اس کو سبھی جو سوسائٹی ممبرس وہ لائک کرتے تھے. میں نے سوچا کہ ہاں نہیں میں نے دیکھا میں نے معلوم کیا کہ اس کا جو شیلٹر بنایا گیا تھا وہ زبردست بارش کی وجہ سے ڈیمیج ہو گیا تھا. اس کے بعد میں نے کیا کیا, میں نے میرے ساتھ اپنی چھتری تھی, میں نے چھتری کھولی زمین پہ رکھا اور کتیا کو اور اس کے پپیز کو اس کے نیچے لایا. پھر میں چلا گیا پارکنگ ایریا میں. جہاں پارکنگ ایریا میں وہاں میں نے کچھ ووڈن بورڈز دیکھے ٹوٹے ہوئے. میں نے ان کو یہ تو باری ہی تھے لیکن ٹو کر کے میں ان کو وہاں سے لایا اور جو اس ڈاگ کا شیلٹر تھا میں نے وہاں تک اس کو گھسیٹ لیا. میں نے اس کو اوپر رکھا ٹیمپرری روف. ہاں اس پہ دو جو اینٹیں ادھر بکھری ہوئی تھی یا پتھر بکھرے ہوئے تھے وہ رکھے. ہاں اب جو یہ لوسی تھی وہ مجھے احسان مند آنکھوں سے دیکھ رہی تھی اور اپنی شفقت دے رہی تھی کہ شفقت ثابت کر رہی تھی کہ وہ میرے جو اپنا جو سر تھا وہ میرے پاؤں کے ساتھ رگڑ رہی تھی. یہ جو چھوٹا موٹا جو جسٹر تھا اس نے مجھے کافی سکون بخشا. ہاں اب آپ لکھتے جاؤ. I like the rainy season, raindrops, puddles, and the cloudy sky. Sky gives me an excuse to stay back, to stay back home, miss tuitions, and be with my cousins. But that evening But that evening, all my all my planning, all my planning and calculation, calculation proved wrong, proved wrong when when I saw when I saw Lucy Lucy at beach. Lucy was Lucy was getting wet wet in the rain and looked at me me with with longing eyes. Her her puppies her puppies two were two were standing standing close to her close to her, secured secured to see the first rain. Okay. Yes, dear student. I like the rainy season or monsoon seasons. Rainy drops, puddles, and the cloudy sky gives me an excuse to stay back home, miss tuitions, and be with my cousins. But that evening, all my planning and calculation proved wrong when I saw Lucy, a beach. Lucy was getting wet in the rain and looked at me with longing eyes. Her puppies too were standing close to her, close to her, secure to see the first rain. I couldn't, yes, I couldn't, couldn't escape without, without helping, without helping this helpless, helpless creature, this helpless creature. Lucy was a Lucy was Lucy was a street street dog that was loved by all our society society members society members. I discovered that the roof of her shelter had got damaged uh, due to the heavy rain. Yes, I couldn't escape without helping this helpless creature. Lucy was a street dog that was loved by all our society members. I discovered that the roof of her shelter had got damaged due to heavy rain. Okay. Then what I did next? First, okay, I opened and placed my umbrella on the ground on the ground and let Lucy and her puppies under it. Next, I ran to the parking area where I knew there was a thrown away wooden board wooden board it was very heavy and difficult for me to carry yet I somehow 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 managed to drag it to the dog's shelter. Shelter. I placed it. Over the shelter. Placed it over the shelter as a temporary roof. and kept 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 a few bricks on over it over it. Lucy Lucy and her puppies looked looked at me with grateful or gratified looks gratified looks. And Lucy Lucy reflected her affection affection by rubbing by rubbing her head head with my feet with my feet. So that little that little act that little act gave me gave me immense immense contentment immense contentment. Okay. Okay, dear students. Uh, First I opened and placed my umbrella on the ground and laid Lucy and her puppies under it. Next I ran to the parking area where I knew there was a thrown away wooden board. It was heavy and difficult for me to carry, yet I somehow managed to drag it to the dog's shelter. To the dog's shelter. I placed it over the shelter as a temporary roof and kept a few bricks over it. Lucy and her puppies looked at me with gratified looks, and Lucy reflected her affection by rubbing her head with my feet. That little act gave me immense contentment. Okay, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, I feel it is enough. Pray.